The eyes. Some say the eyes provide a true and clear window into a person's soul. Experts whose life's work encompasses the study of the human condition might say that non-verbal communication accounts for 60 to 70% of all communication, with eye contact being the paramount factor in deciding on whether we trust the person we are speaking with or not. Trust is one of those words. Words, they can be quite powerful tools, those words. An old Irish proverb states that a word is more enduring than all worldly wealth. And so it can be said that both words and the eyes carry heavy weight in this world. And in combination, maybe they can allow you to truly get to know the depth of an individual at their core. We put this theory to the ultimate test as we pose a single word as a topic in our series entitled Irish Eyes.
Family is very important to me.
Family is the people who drive why you do what you do.
Family is my life. Family is the reason why I get up every morning. I go to work so I can make a good home for my family. I appreciate my sisters, my brothers, my parents, and my grandparents.
Family is very important to me. With my wife and all my kids, it's great that they know what they're doing and the stepping stones. It's along the way. It's very important to stay close to them and be involved with your family.
Family is knowing that there's a group of people there, no matter what happens in the wider world, that you can count on, that you can be there for them, they can be there for you, and show you unconditional love. If there's any more fundamental unit in the world that's really important, it's the family. That's the one unit from which all the other organizations in the world grow out from.
Family to me is the most important thing in life. You wouldn't be anywhere if you didn't have your family's support.
Family is your fellowship people. It's who you feel judged by and want to be judged by. It's the people whose opinion that matters to you. It's what makes you smile and your happiness. It comes from love. And family could be biological, like your blood relatives, legal, who you're responsible for, or it could be like just more social in general. Who matters to you and why?
Family is that rare group of people that may be related to you or may not, but the group of people that are special, the people that understand you, that love you no matter what. No matter what you do, no matter how many times you fall, they're there for you. They're there to pick you up. They're there to support you. They're there to love you no matter what, the good, the bad, the ugly. They'll kick you in the pants when you need it, and they'll give you a hug when you need it. And that's what family is. It's the people that are there for you no matter what.
Family is Christmas Eve and Christmas dinner. It's that household full of people that just cram into one room and eat everything that's left on the table. And you're probably telling the same stories that you told last Christmas and the Christmas before, but you still laugh just as hard, and you still squeeze each other and hug each other just as tight as you did, even if you saw them the day before.
Family is coming home after a long day's work. You walk up the steps, you open the door, and there they are. Your children, your wife, in fact the dog and cat are there to greet you as well. The children can't wait to tell you about their day at school, and your wife lovingly puts her arms around you, and she wants to tell you about her day. We all sit around the dinner table having a nice meal, and we find out what happened at school and what her day was, and I tell them about my day. And after a nice meal, we have dessert, and it's just a warm, friendly feeling around the table. That's family.
I believe that family is when there's an obstacle to be overcome, that everybody chips in. They come over, they overcome the hurdle that's in front of them. What they do, that's what families do.
It's not just your family, immediate family. Family is your friends, and it's the example of, I think, especially in America here, where people came and neighbors and other members became their family. So we have a big family here. We don't agree all the time, but family is a great support group when we need help and when we need to help others.
Walking into the door of your parents' house when you may not have been there in a while, and your family's there and your friends are there.
To work together as a unit and be close to each other when the time is in need. It's very important these days with technology, etc.
When you do something, who do you look for the approval from? And that's usually your family. So that's how I would define it.
Family means the world to me. My nieces, my nephews, my brother, my sister, my mum and my dad. They're my support group forever.
But the most basic unit of all is the family, and that is the one that really defines us as human beings.
I owe everything to my family. Faith to me is believing in God.
And I thank Him for the abundance that He gave me. That's faith.
Faith is your moral compass.
I think it's important to be close to God.
Faith is having that burning feeling in your gut, that fire in your belly to keep going, even when you feel like that fire is dwindling and coming down to an ember burning. It's keeping that mind over matter thought in yourself, in your heart.
Faith is waking up in the morning, and the first thing I do is I say a prayer to our Heavenly Father. And I thank Him for the gift of life, for walking with me every step of the way. And I pray that He follows me each day of my life and walk the journey that He wants me to be. That's faith to me, believing in God, our Heavenly Father.
Faith is your moral compass. It's more than just dogma or doctrine. It's what you believe in, from Santa Claus to the Tooth Fairy to God. It's what drives you and makes you make your decisions. Life changes, the world changes, but your faith pretty much stays the same, what you believe. It's everything that you believe in.
Faith is that deeper sense of meaning in your life, that sense that there's a higher power, that you're here on the planet to do something with your life, that you're here for a purpose, for a reason. Faith is that when things are down, that there's a reason, that you get through it. Faith is everywhere.
The faith to me would be more individual than the organized faith that we look at in our churches, and which is a very important part of our faith as well. And the faith can get us through some tough times. We need to have faith in our families, in our organizations, and in examples, have faith in our doctors even. So it's not just a religious thing to me, faith. It's an overall faith in how we feel ourselves towards others and how others feel towards us.
Faith, to me, means trust. And I believe you have to have this in every important relationship in your life, whether it's with God, your family, or your partner.
Faith is good to have in your life. It's sometimes great to reflect on, you know, a little bit of peace and harmony, and it's an easy load to carry, and use it wherever you go.
Faith to me is believing in God. I believe there is a God. I believe there's a God that watches over us. I don't believe that He's here to harm us. He's here to take care of us, and I pray to God. I pray to God that everybody's safe and healthy.
Faith is knowing that no matter what happens in the world, there's something you can count on and believe in. For some, it's religious belief. For some, it's belief, say, in family or in your country. But knowing that no matter what happens, there's somebody out there that you can count on to guide you and to help you. And that's what my idea of what faith really is.
Faith is, in a time of crisis, everyone gets on their knees, prays to God, and is able to overcome the obstacle that's in front of them. That's what faith is.
Even when you feel like you can't keep going, and it's having that drive and that belief in yourself to know that with your own faith, you can accomplish what you want to accomplish.
It's more like, do you trust people, and why? Faith is what allows you to. It's your sum of experiences projecting into the future, and that those expectations are going to be met.
And you ask for guidance, and that He'll be with you, and to lead you on the road that He wants you to lead.
You know, having a little bit of faith in your life goes a long way.
When you use the word in an Irish sense, in slang, C-R-A-I-C, it's fun, and it's just out there, and it's your friends.
And just hanging around and having a good time with your friends. Good times, good memories.
I've been on the road for many a year, and I spent all my money on whiskey and beer.
Crack is a sense of accomplishment for me. It could be as simple as spending time with my family, my wife, my children. Just being at the right place at the right time and not really doing anything at all. So I'm happy when I can look in the mirror and like the guy that I see.
Crack to me means a lot of fun. Crack is the best time you can have with good friends and good family.
Until the end of
Crack is going to bars, dancing with my friends. I feel the happiest when I'm dancing with my friends, especially around St. Paddy's Day when we can practice our 3s and our 7s.
Crack is when everybody's hitting the town, everyone's hitting the town, or even at the house. You're sitting there, there's drinks aplenty, everybody's just going crazy. You gotta love life, that's what crack is.
And now I return the golden store.
The crack is, well, it could be late in the afternoon, could be early evening, late evening. In fact, it really doesn't matter what time it is. One thing's for sure, you know you're around good friends. It could be your neighbors. It could be guys that you went to grade school with, or maybe high school, guys that you work with each and every day. You sit around the table, you have a few beers, maybe a sandwich, playing a game of pool, maybe a game of cards, watching sports on television. And one thing's for sure, you want to stay around for the crack.
Crack is enjoying your life. It's that everyday feeling that the people you run into, you bump into, you have fun with, are just part of your world. They're part of what you enjoy, what you love to do.
Yeah, they went there? Yeah. Okay. So then what they do? They clipped the guy that died, and they took all his money, and then what happened? Then they started singing songs.
Crack is, it's fun. It's going out to the pub with your friends and having a couple pints and just laughing and just having a good time, rather than saying, what's going on? What's the crack? What's going on? Where's the fun? Where's the night out? What are we gonna do tonight?
They share your loves, your likes, your hates sometimes. Just having an all-around good time with all your friends.
Did they sing Galway
They
Man?
did every single tune that you could think of. It was a pub.
Crack is a very misunderstood word in the American vocabulary if you talk to people, but crack, it would be the simple words of having fun, and I think you need to enjoy life every so often and have fun with your friends and maybe throw in a bit of dancing and music.
Crack is good fellowship. Crack is knowing that you have friends that you can count on, that you can talk to. In all the things that we do in this world that are pleasurable, going to the movies, reading a good book, whatever it might be, there's nothing better than good friends and good conversation. And that's crack to me.
Being around my family and my friends. On Christmas Eve, my family and friends will come over and we'll play games all night.
Crack is going down and having a good time at the ball game with your friends, especially when it's nice and lively, and you come home and you know you've had a good time.
Curiosity is never finding or really knowing that answer, but always striving to learn and find it.
Always wondering what is behind the next stone.
I'm curious to know if there's a life after death.
Curiosity is can be used. It should be a great word or a great thing to have is curiosity. Just on the point of view of when we were growing up in Ireland, the curiosity was what's life like in England or life in America. Curiosity when we would be curious when people would come to visit. And I would tell people that be curious a bit. You know, I mean, there are other things outside of your own little world. And don't be afraid to move out be curious of what other cultures have to offer, what other people have to offer.
Curiosity is our good planet Earth and where we relate to the solar system. 93 million miles away is perfect for life conditions on Earth. If we were 92 million miles away, we would burn to death. And if we were 94 million miles away, we would freeze to death. Perfect conditions in our solar system, life on Earth. It was always a curiosity to me.
I'm curious in the life after death. What happens to us after we die? Do we just go back to the dirt? Or do we live on? Or do we come back into another person? I believe I was here before, so I'm hoping that when I die, I can carry on and go into another living soul.
Curiosity is it's very important, you know, to think of, you know, during your lifetime. You look around and see what's going on down the road ahead of you. You're always curious on how things will work out in the future with your kids, your wife, and your family.
Curiosity is never finding or really knowing that answer, but always striving to learn and find it. An example would be, maybe, I read this book once called The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. And so it's this man who is coming towards the end of his life. He passes and he meets these 5 people in heaven who have all touched his life in one way or another, whether he knew them or met them or not. And to me, that's such a curious thought. Is that real? Is heaven real? And when you get there, do you meet these 5 people before you reach the ultimate existential, amazing heaven? Or are you just floating around in the clouds and there's just souls? And what does that mean? What is heaven? That's something that I'm so curious about, because everybody feels like they have a soul watching over them, or they have these things called God winks, where there's a sign from God or someone in heaven sending them a sign. But what is that? Like, I'm so curious, is that real, or is that just a complete coincidence and happenstance that you happen to see a butterfly crossing over the railroad tracks while you're driving your car, or you saw a certain number on an address of a mailbox that happened to be the date of someone who you loved that passed away? Is that them coming to you? And are they one of your 5 people waiting for you in heaven, or is it just another mailbox that you drove by?
Curiosity, it's kind of I guess you'd say it's an intellectual hunger. It's almost an emotional hunger to know more. I always say, when people ask me, that you never stop learning. Some people may think you stop learning when you step out of your school building for the last day, but that's certainly not true. If you remain curious about the world, that's something that will take you throughout the rest of your life and will make you, hopefully, a more interesting person.
Curiosity. What's curiosity? I'm curious about life after death. I'm curious about the universe, the galaxies, what's up there. Even the Vatican thought enough to put a telescope right up there to see what's going on. So who knows? We're always curious.
Curious to me means intelligent. It means that you like to find out about the world that you live in, different cultures, different food. It just means you like to know what you're going about.
Curiosity is the driver of everything. So we're born with an empty cup, and we have this thirst for the knowledge to fill it. So curiosity is what makes us want to do whatever we want to do. The proverbial cup, it's half full or half empty, but curiosity is what makes us want to fill it up.
I find that curiosity can expand your look at life from just from a cultural point of view.
Curiosity is wanting to know about everything. It's going through the day with questions, with always wanting to seek the answers to anything, whether it's small or large. It's finding out that the world is a lot bigger, exploring the world, answering questions, asking questions. It's always having this sense of wanting to know everything.